Hey good people, and welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are doing well and having a wonderful day. So in today's video, you guys, we are picking up where we left off in part 2 of our video, where we were basically making over this particular space here. You guys might recall in part 2, we pretty much went ahead and added some mesh wiring here to prevent the critters from getting underneath the storage house. So that's what we pretty much did in part 2. And so the only thing left to do now is to finish up the landscaping in this entire space, adding my plants, adding all the different garden items that I want to add. And so I am super excited about that. I do want to just kind of remind you guys that I am planning to make over this entire patio area, but for right now, we're just going to kind of focus on this space here in particular. You guys can see also that I did add some landscape edging here. I pretty much went ahead and just kind of, laid out a design for how I want to plant my flowers. So you guys might remember in my last video in part 2, I told you that I added these large stepping stones because I'm going to be adding a raised garden bed as well as a garden workbench. And these are products that are coming from 𝐂𝐴. And 𝐂𝐴 is going to be sponsoring a portion of today's video, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Also, I'm going to be growing my grass, and that is something also that will be coming up in a later video. All right, y'all, so here's a look at the layout. Let me show you guys here. I have these two pretty purple plants right here. That's going to be so gorgeous. These actually require full sun. And this is where I plan to add the raised garden bed right here. And let me just kind of walk around and show you guys how I plan to lay everything out. Then we're going to get started with digging these holes. So the plan is actually to place my garden workbench on these particular stepping stones, and I have two of these plants here. I have one here, and I'm planning to plant the other one over here. And I will be showing you guys the name of all of these plants. So all of the plants that I'm planting in this landscape are perennial plants because I wanted to make sure that I was planting flowers that will come back year to year. So that's what I'm planning to do. I really love the way these plants look. I think the white is so super cute. These flowers pretty much bloom throughout the summer and as well as early fall, and they do require partial shade. So I really love the way these look. Let me see what the name of these are. So these are actually false dragon head. These came from Home Depot, and you can see here the price was $16.98, and they require part sun. So I am excited about these plants here. I cannot wait to have them really just kind of grow and flourish. But they're already pretty much a large size for that price. So that's one of the things that actually drew me to it, was because of how large they were. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of show you guys the remaining plants that I have and just tell you where I got them from. And then we're going to go ahead and get started with digging our holes and planting these flowers. But these are actually cone flowers here. These also came from Home Depot. These require full sun, and you can see the price of these were $9.98. I absolutely love that pink color. This feels like a summer going into fall color, which is absolutely perfect. So we'll have those beautiful colors right into fall. Now this here is actually a hydrangea that I bought maybe a few weeks ago, and it started to die, but then I started to see a little bit of green on the stems. So whenever your plant looks dead or whatever, and you see a little bit of green here, and when I scratched it, wow, look at that. So there's still life there. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out the pot, and this is the little hottie hydrangea, and I think this will be the perfect spot for it. And this came from Walmart. It was marked down to $15. So I'm going to plant this, get it out the pot, give it a little bit of fertilizer, and kind of give it a boost, and hopefully we shouldn't have any problems with that coming back. Another plant that I got, this came from Lowe's. This was actually marked down. This is the salvia. So this is the pink salvia here. This is also another perennial, and this is probably at that point to where is not going to really bloom like that anymore, because it typically blooms early spring to late spring to early summer. Did I get that right? Yeah, late spring to early summer. So that should be dying back soon. And then here's another cone flower. I have this one in the white. And then this here came from Home Depot. This is a Corphosis. If I got that wrong, y'all will tell me in the comments. But I absolutely love that pretty pop of yellow. I think that's so pretty. And then last but not least, we have these pretty purple petunia here. So that's going to be really, really pretty. So yeah, so these are the plants that I'm going to be using. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started with digging these holes and getting these planted in the ground. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, y'all, so here's what it looks like after I've planted all the flowers. So the only thing I want to do now is I want to add some cardboard to the landscape to protect the space from any weeds. So that's what I'm about to do in a minute, is just add some cardboard to the flower beds. But so far, I absolutely love how this looks. So super cute. And like I told you guys before in my last video, I am going to be adding a faux rock to cover this electrical box here. And I'm just going to really just kind of, you know, treat my grass and try to get it to grow back in this area. But let me know in the comments what you guys think so far of the entire space and what everything is looking like. Absolutely love it. So let's go ahead and add the cardboard and continue with wrapping up this landscape. Okay, so here's the space after I've added all the cardboard. And it's cloudy, so that's why it's a little dark out. So I want to try to get this done before those storms come through. All right, so here we go. Cardboard is added. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some mulch. All right, you guys, so now that I've finished preparing the area, it's time to start bringing this garden space to life. So this portion of today's video is sponsored by 𝐂𝐴, and they sent me this raised garden bed and garden workbench to help complete the project. So here's a quick look at how the product arrived, and I pretty much took all the pieces out of the box and lined everything up so that way, while I'm installing it, I can just grab what I needed and just kind of go from there. So as you can see, I'm starting off by putting together the raised garden bed, which has plenty of space for growing vegetables, herbs, or flowers, plus a convenient storage shelf underneath for keeping gardening tools close by. One of the things I love is that it's also made from weather-resistant fir wood with a sturdy frame, and I love the elevated height because it makes gardening much more comfortable, and it also includes a liner and built-in drainage system to help keep plants healthy. All right, y'all, so next I'm assembling the garden workbench, and this was also super easy to put together. So this garden workbench is made from solid fir wood and features a durable metal work surface that's perfect for potting plants and other gardening projects. It also has a large drawer, a lower storage shelf, and side hooks, giving me plenty of space to keep all of my gardening tools organized and within reach. All right, y'all, so now it's time to get everything in place and add the finishing touches. And if you're interested in either of these 𝐂𝐴 products, be sure to check the description box below. I'll have the links there along with a coupon code to help you save. Guys, I absolutely love how this garden turned out. The raised garden bed and workbench make this space both beautiful and functional. I want to give a huge thank you to 𝐂𝐴 for sponsoring this portion of today's video. All right, you guys, so before the final reveal, let's take a look back and be reminded as to what this area used to look like before we made it over. You guys who started watching in part 1 of the video, you might recall how the trees were completely overgrown in this space. There were weeds everywhere, a lot of trash, debris. It's hard to believe looking back that we started from this point, y'all, because it looks nothing like this now. So I'm so excited. This was a huge process, a huge transformation, and I cannot wait to share the final reveal. So without further ado, let's take a look at the final reveal.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun, as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull us so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. The moonlight, summer sky, it was the best we ever had. And we'll stay on forever. We'll never have regrets. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. We're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and hype this video. And I want to give another huge thank you to 𝐂𝐴 for sponsoring a portion of today's video. And if you are interested in either of these products, be sure to check the description for the links for these items, as well as a coupon code. And let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the entire transformation. In the meantime, I'll see you really soon. Bye.